I'm Dr. Dan Fabricator, and I'm your instructor this semester in NT 501. This is New Testament Introduction, and I just wanted to welcome you to the class, and hopefully over the course of the semester I'll do a couple more of these video updates, but just want to talk to you a little bit about what's expected. The forums, y'all did a pretty good job initially posting your on the forum to my first series of questions or comments, and just want to remind you, get those done early in the week, and also don't forget to comment on one another's posts and to interact with each other. Quizzes are now open. You will have to take one a week, but remember, I think we don't get no, there are 8 quizzes, so you have quizzes, but I don't think there's a quiz until the second week, and then there may not be one the 8th week. So I know there's 6 quizzes, but just remember, and this is the most important thing, that the quizzes are based on the Moo and Carson reading, New Testament Introduction, and that's a pretty hefty introduction. Based on the comments that I've seen the first week, I can tell that some of you have some questions about perhaps why we're even doing what we're doing. This is a graduate class. This is a seminary class, and at a seminary level in a master's program, it's expected that those who speak for God should be able to answer those who oppose God. Some of the issues that I'm going to have you deal with are very important. They're critical matters, and don't try to estimate what I'm after necessarily or what my views are based on my questions and my posts. I'm trying to get you to think about how to defend Jesus Christ, Christianity, the Bible, and in the 21st century world. So there's a method to my madness, and you'll probably appreciate it more at the end of the semester. When it comes to the short papers and the big research paper at the end, you may wonder why, for instance, I'm having you write a paper on the destination of the Galatian epistle, or why I'm having you deal with the authorship of a certain book. It's because these are critical issues in the world of academics. I assume that as men of God, you'll have an understanding and an assumption that the scriptures are God-breathed. That's not my issue. My point, my goal is to try to get you to interact with those who, even in your church, will have questions about the original manuscripts, about textual criticism, about variant readings. I do hope that every single one of you gets an opportunity to take New Testament Greek. It will be to your advantage, and dealing with some of the more technical issues will be a lot easier. Some of you have extensive Greek training, some have a little bit of Greek, but when it comes to the area of textual criticism, I can really only introduce the basic big picture, and I just want you to be aware of what's going on. But I do know what I'm doing when I assign these papers, and at times you may get frustrated, but I want you to know where to go to get good information, where to go to get good resources, how to respond to someone in your church who may have just come off a college campus and was introduced to, a religion class, and he comes back with all these questions. You may think it's enough sometimes to say, "Why, the Bible says it, and that's all I need." And at a certain level, that's true. Ultimately, these issues, I think, are a matter of faith. But if the man who gets up and speaks for God, I think, ought to have at least a basic understanding of the critical issues at work. So please bear with me in what I'm after throughout the semester. I'm rooting for you. I want you to be a good student and be able to understand some of these issues at a basic level. So that's my goal in the papers. I don't particularly care, for instance, what view you end up on the destination of the Galatian epistle. I want to see if you can interact with the sources. I want to see if you can respond to arguments. I want to see if you can handle issues. That's really what the purpose of this course is. It's an introduction to the New Testament, and in this introduction we deal with things like authorship, we deal with things like criticism, we deal with dates, we deal with a lot of things. And it's just my goal that you be able to understand these issues and be able to respond correctly. So, welcome to the class. As I said, I'm Dr. Dan Fabricator. This is where I'll do some of my work this semester. Sometimes I'm at Panera. But if you have any questions or comments, I hope you feel comfortable in getting in contact with me. And just stay ahead of the reading. That's probably the biggest challenge you're going to have all semester. There's a lot of reading for a 2-credit class, and that's because of the nature of online education. So, like I said, welcome, and hope we have a great semester together. Thank you. Bye-bye.